Good morning, good morning. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I forgot the other one. Hey, but anyway, good morning to you all, man. Oh, YouTube family. Thank you guys for joining me this morning for another episode of Back to the World, my brother and my sister's keeper. Uh, Thank you for joining me. The music that you may hear in the background, we don't own the rights to. But any comments, questions, anything that you care to share, man, hit us in the boxes down below. All right? Today, I'd like to pay my respects to all the veterans, all the veterans, all the veterans of the United States and other parts across the world. You know, happy Veterans Day to all my brothers and sisters, all of you that are deployed and you're away from your family. I know sometimes being away from your family for any long periods of time, man, it can really eat at you. I've never been in the military, but I've been taken away from my family for a very long time, and you never quite get used to it. But there is a certain numbness that happens, and it's hard to explain. And you know, you're definitely touched. You're definitely scarred by it. No doubt about it. I don't care how you pretend and you come out and you're thinking that everything is back to normal. You know, when you leave and you have a kid that's 4 or 5 years old, and then when you come home, this kid is like 20, 29 or 30, and you know, you used to nurture and raise this kid, and all of a sudden this kid is telling you how to act as an adult and what have you. Hey, it's a very strange dynamic, but it's one that many of us have to cope with, you know. And man, hey, as a species, man, we are resilient, and you know, even the cycle of life, it's handed off to the next generation. Because if you have 1,000 perish, if you have 1,000 die, you have 1,000 born. So it's just like any and everything else on this planet. It replenishes itself. Okay? That's why they call it life. And that's why they say life be life. And that's what happens. But at any rate, this smoke is for all our veterans. All right? May you all have peace of mind, and may you be embraced for your bravery and your courage. All right? If I had a drink, I'd drink to you. But I'm toasting a cigar instead. You know, again, it's another beautiful day. It's a beautiful Monday. And I don't know if banks are open today. I'm not sure. But many other employees, many other workers had to sign in and check in today. And you know, you guys are weekly warriors as well, man. They have to go into that office. I know many of you rather not be there. But let me tell you something, right? The way society is today, and with this culture, everybody wants to have their own business. And some of it could be at the detriment of your family, right? Everybody's not cut out to operate their own business. And we have to know what our roles are, you know. And the greatest example of an employee, is Steve Ballmer. Steve Ballmer is the owner of the Los Angeles Clippers. All right. Steve Ballmer went to college with two guys. They were friends of his, classmates. And these two guys, all these guys went to Harvard. Okay? Well, the two other guys decided to start a business. They decided to start a business. And they worked and they struggled hard to get this business started. And these people were in the technology field, computers. Steve Ballmer was in the business, you know, corporate business and the whole 9 yards, you know. So that's what he was going to do. He was going to school to manage a business, run a business, become the president of a company or what have you. Well, lo and behold, these two guys that Steve Ballmer knew, they quit school and they set out to launch their business. And when they launched that business, they got it up and running, and they realized one thing, that they weren't good at managing and operating a business on a daily basis, right? Steve Ballmer recognized long ago, long before, that he wasn't cut out to try and start a business from scratch. So as they all got together and they consulted with one another, the two older guys that started the company said, hey, look, why don't we go and talk to Steve to see about Steve running this company for us? So Steve had dreams of his own. But when these two guys, his friends, came to him and said, hey, look, man, we'd like for you to run our business, man. And you know, I know you have dreams and aspirations, man, of running a business and owning and being in the sports business. But if you can just run our company, say for 5 to 10 years, man, we really appreciate it, and we will reward you handsomely, salary-wise. So Steve Ballmer thought about it. He didn't think long. He jumped on board. They gave him a certain shares of stock. Okay, so he had certain shares of stock. He became president of the company, and he ran it day to day, right? That company was Microsoft, okay? That company was Microsoft. And after 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, Steve Ballmer was still running that company. Steve Ballmer ran that company. It was the largest company in the world for a time, all right? And it's still up there. And keep in mind, he's the one that ran and operated the company when Bill Gates was the richest man in the world. As soon as the company got up and it started flourishing, Steve Allen always realized that, hey, I don't want to run a business. I don't want to be responsible for the day-to-day meetings or any of that at all. So guess what? I'm going to retain my share, but I'm going to step aside. So when he stepped aside, Bill Gates stepped up to chairman, and Steve Ballmer became CEO of the company, chief executive officer. That company flourished, right? We all know the legend of Bill Gates, but Paul Allen ended up owning the Portland Trail Blazers, the Seattle Supersonics, and I think he had a hand in the Seahawks, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, he owned like 3 teams. At one time, he had 3 super yachts, okay? He was just living his life. May he rest in peace. He created the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Rock and Roll Hall Museum, or whatever it was, over in Seattle, Washington, with the likes of Ray Charles, Nirvana, Jimi Hendrix, and Quincy Jones, all of their songs and likings, and Foo Fighters and what have you. But that was his life. That was his happiness. That was his joy. Bill Gates was the only one that was somewhat in the middle. Bill Gates really kind of focused on growing the company, but he didn't want to continue to do the day-to-day. So he went about wanting to give away to charity and start different types of organizations and what have you. around the world. And there's a lot to be said about that, but that's another story. But here's the irony, and here's the punchline. Steve Ballmer, working as the CEO of Microsoft, at some point became wealthier than Bill Gates. He had overtaken Bill Gates on the Forbes 400 richest people in the world. So see, everybody doesn't necessarily have to start a business, and so much emphasis is placed on us today. Start a business, get your LLC, and these are the 5 banking hacks. Okay, what am I doing wrong here? Everybody, these are the 5 banking hacks. How you can get X amount of dollars, the whole bit. You can persevere by managing a business for a corporation, and you have great, excellent benefits. And I just think that really the way things are right now, a lot of us are getting in each other's way, talking about starting a business. I listen to people, and they give their business ideas the whole bit. Don't get me wrong. Some people may look at some of my ideas when it comes to business as just being goofy as hell. But that's their opinion. And what I say about them, I guess that's, my opinion as well. But when you can see in a person something better than they can see in themselves, and you know that they're destined for failure if they're talking about starting a frozen snow cone business, open only in the wintertime. I'm just giving you an example. I know a lot of people jump on that and say, man, that's cool, because nobody's going to think about starting a business like this in the wintertime. My point exactly. You want a business that can persevere. You want a business that is good year round. Or, if nothing else, something to support it during those off months. Okay? There's another story I share with you. I used to work I wasn't downtown at this particular time, but I used to work at First City Bank of Houston, downtown. And it was one of the largest banks in the United States at that particular time, definitely in the South. And downtown Houston, man, was just full of banks. And it was crowded with employees the whole bit. But the way downtown was at that time in the mid-'80s, and it had petered out. There was no nightlife downtown. Downtown was a ghost town. It was filled with homeless people and vagrants and transients. And then the bus station wasn't far away, so a lot of people was to and fro the bus station the whole bit. So as time went on, a lot of buildings started shutting down. So I can remember reading this in the early 2000s. In 1999, early 2000, you had a guy that started a custom tennis shoe business where he would design the tennis shoes to look like the luxury brands of the luxury goods, Louis Vuitton, Fendi, Gucci, MCM, and what have you. So this guy opened a business, and he got a really great price on his lease. He got a really good deal on his lease, and he opened up the business. And his tennis shoes were they were knocking. They were awesome. So in the first couple of months, business was booming. People were coming from near and far to buy the shoes. And the reason he was able to get such a great rate on his lease was because downtown was just about abandoned. And the leasers and the owners or the managers of the business was looking for the fact that he was a retail store bringing in business. But here's what they didn't take into consideration. As marvelous as his idea was and his product, okay, his business opened at 9 and he closed at 7. Something to that effect. So now everyone would just usher in to downtown about 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. And then everybody would go to work. Downtown is desolate at that time. Then at lunchtime, downtown would boom. But everybody was going to and from lunch. So nobody had time to really stop and shop. So the next time there was a large crowd and exodus downtown was at quitting time, between 4 and 6 o'clock. Nobody had time to stop at the store to shop because they had to catch their buses that was leaving downtown. So this guy was open all day and his stores were empty. You see? So he didn't think that plan through. So his business failed because of timing, not the quality of his product and not his idea. It was just his location. And he didn't think about the logistics. People come, people go. They were in a rush to get there and they were in a rush to leave. They didn't have time to just hang out because traffic gets worse the later it gets. And then you don't want to stay around too late because then downtown is a ghost town and you could have been a victim. All right? So, So, lots of times we don't think things through and we just go with a gut feeling. And I know some of the greatest pundits in the world, some of the greatest minds in the world will tell you to do that. You know, but can you risk it? Many of us we're going to start a business on a shoestring. Okay? And good morning. Who do we have up here? Can't quite see over there. Yeah, so, you know, we're going to start a business on a shoestring. And let me try to bring you on. What's going on, brother? Send invite. Okay, it's saying that we're unable to add a guest at this time. What's going on, brother? How you doing? Man, congratulations on coming home, brother. That's my brother's trying to get him on here. It's not letting us on. Yeah. But I'll get at you as soon as as soon as we're over. Yes, indeed, man. It's good to see you home, bro. You know, man, I'm an old man, still swinging for the fences, brother. Yeah. But the point, Mark, listen to this. I got something that might can appeal to you. So, sometimes our passion has to be deferred, not denied. Our passion has to be deferred just a bit until we can gain our footing and we can know exactly what it is that we're wanting to do the whole bit. Come on, I done been on both sides of it. I've planned for business to the nth detail. Had all my ducks lined up in a row. But yet that business didn't take off. Then I've been in business to where as I just jumped out there, man, on a whim. And it took off like the Apollo. You know, it took off. It just went straight to the moon. So you really don't know how that's going to happen But sometimes when opportunities present themselves and they're right there before you, in many instances we ignore our blessings. Okay? And I'm just saying that to say this, right? There are so many opportunities that we have available for all of my brothers and my sisters that are returning home. And my brother Mark, that's on right now, you know, he's just returning home. And what we try and do, we try and assist those that we can help in the whole bit. But what I've been focusing on more so than anything than just helping you get your ID, your medical card, your social security card, and things of that nature, what we've been focusing on is trying to get you with some sort of firm footing on an opportunity to earn you residual income, just to get you up, started, and going. But as I said again, I know more so than anyone else, when many brothers and sisters are released and they've spent hard time, they sit back and they think about business, or they think about what they're going to do when they get out, regardless of whether it's nefarious or whether it's legit. It doesn't matter. But you spent a lot of time thinking about it and you want to see this plan through. I'm one of these people, right? I felt that way. But sometimes it just doesn't work out that way. And when it doesn't work out that way, don't be ashamed. Don't be bashful. You know, acknowledge that's the fact, and then others that you may can consult can sit down and talk to you about it, and maybe they can help you and steer you in the right direction. So when I started this business, when I designed this business to help everyone that was returning home from incarceration, from the military, or wherever they may have been returning back to society from. And I thought that many was just going to jump at it, man. They was going to run at it. Because from where I was sitting is what was needed out here. And I just thought that everybody would gravitate to it. But when I came home, COVID hit. And then there was another change of plans. And then the business that I designed, everybody deemed it a scam. Everybody was afraid of it. And it was designed for the people who needed the most. And they were the ones that were complaining and cooperating the least. You know, it sent me in a tailspin. So we had to shift our gears, and we had to change our course and change directions. Now, we haven't abandoned the business. We haven't abandoned it at all. But we had to create other opportunities. And the opportunity that I have is like this product right here. This is Batana oil. It's real simple. Mark, this is definitely for you. This is Batana oil. Batana oil is an oil that's recommended by Dr. Sibi, that comes from Honduras. It comes from the nut tree in the jungles of Honduras. This particular product, it's an oil, but it hardens if left cool to itself, or if you place it in warm water, it will liquefy. It has no shelf life. Okay? And just a second. Okay, my battery is going out. Let me... Just a second here. This product has no shelf life. It can last forever. Okay? And what's the general benefit is that it helps the hair grow. It moisturizes the hair, it strengthens the hair, right? And I'm talking about, it's almost magical. It's not bullshit. It's a product that works, and just as sure as you're born. You know, if it's drugs that you're selling, if it's if it look, you don't have to guarantee nobody the drugs will get you high 99.9% of the time. Well, this product works that way, and it works that way in many instances, right? But here, right here in the front of my head, all of this was falling out. All this had fallen out. It is all going back, and I did not use the product as I should have. All right, I used it sparingly, and I see the results. Many of the people that I've sold this product to, okay, they've seen the results. This product is good for eczema. It's good for psoriasis of the skin. It's good for alopecia, help your hair grow back. It's good for the tightening of the skin, you know, your crow's feet and your smile lines. It's good for that. And it's good to use as a lotion. All right? It doesn't just sit on your skin. Your skin absorbs it. It just disappears in the skin. Now, those are all of the physical benefits of Batana oil. But the financial benefit is the one that I wanted to stress to my brother Mark and many and the other viewers, all right? And Batana oil comes from, as I said, from Honduras, and from the jungles of Honduras. You have to have a relationship of some sorts with the natives and the relatives and the residents of certain part of Honduras in order to receive the Batana oil. Well, I've had a relationship with someone that owns the farm there, and I have direct access. I don't have to go through a third party or a fourth party or whatever the situation may be. And with that, it operates just like the drug market that we were in, just like the drug business that I was in. Now, I bring that up because I want you to understand there's a certain way that certain things have to be done, right? Batana oil is strictly legit. It's not illegal. But it can afford you all the things and the opportunity to earn just as we did in that drug business, right? But there's so many things that we wanted to do with that money, but we couldn't because we couldn't really spend it the way we wanted to. And then those who did, we perished. You know, we crashed and burned. But with this, man, you can live the life that you've always dreamt of, right? There's so much access. Or there's only so much access that everyone has. And every morning I get up, I scroll through my timeline, and I see all the different companies, all the different individuals that are selling Batana oil. I'm impressed by some of the sales. And if you don't believe me, don't take my word for it. Google Batana oil. Go to Amazon and look up Batana oil. And you'll look at some of the sales that these companies, that these different individuals and companies are making by selling it through Amazon. You'll be amazed, right? You have one, they sell 5,000 units a month. That's 5,000 times $28. Yet another one sold 80,000 last month at 22,000. They made $800,000 in 1 month. This is a product that people are begging for, and you got a lot of people that's just jumping in. But the beauty of it is this. They're not getting 100% raw, pure, virgin Batana oil. They're mixing theirs with look like peanut butter One look like it's mixed with split pea soup. But that's not the only thing. A lot of these companies in which they're purchasing, it resides in China. And what I've noticed just this morning is this. It's taking most of their companies three weeks to a month or better to deliver on the product. Don't take my word for it. Go to the site Azure Batana oil, and you'll see the people that are complaining, and they're saying that I placed my order October 17th, and I have not received my Batana oil just yet. And then there are those who said, hey, I waited a month and a half, but you know what? The product is so excellent that it's worth the wait. So see, that works on both ends for me, because I know we have the 100% pure product. So whenever you get it, it's worth waiting. But you don't have to wait. The longest it has ever taken any of our customers, the longest it has ever taken is a week. And the only reason why it took a week at that particular time, it's because at that time we were only shipping out on a Wednesday. All orders prior to Wednesday, prior to that date, will go out on Wednesday. And if an order came in after a certain hour on that particular Wednesday, it wouldn't go out until the following Wednesday. So that's the only time that our customers had to wait. And here's the beauty of our company again. We're stateside. We're not out of the country. We're not in China for sure. And my relationship with my company, with my distributors are as such. We order our product. When we restock, we're not talking about your product, and we try not to be out. As I said again, it's just like that drug business. We try to always have product on hand. Excuse me. And if we don't have product on hand, and if we had to wait for a batch to be made exclusively for us, it's going to only take a week and a half, 2 weeks max, and it's going to take 2 days for us to receive it, and we're right here in this country. So DM us, inbox me. This is if you are a consumer and you're looking to purchase the Batana oil retail. I'm looking to sign up. I'm looking to help you start your drop ship program. And what I mean by that is this: you would advertise our Batana oil on your site, and you would have all of your followers, anybody that's interested, they will DM you, they will place their orders, they will send you their money. You will deduct your $3 from each order. Then you will forward the rest of the money plus their address and information to me, and we will make sure that they receive their orders. So see, you don't have to wait for us to pay you. You pay us, and we will do all the drop shipping. That's our drop shipping program. Okay? You will get $3 per order. And I guarantee you have followers that are interested in this, in Batana, but they don't know where to get it. And they're afraid to deal with some of these other companies because they think that they're a scam, right? But you see, the people that log on to see what you're talking about every day, they believe in you, they trust you. So you're dealing with those that trust you. there's a level and a degree of respect there. So we will drop ship. And for those that I'm talking to, I feel that way about you. We're no scam here. We have exactly what it is that we say we have. So now if you got 100 people, if you have 100 people, and out of 100 people you have 10 that want to buy the product, it's not a lot of money, but that's $30 for each of them that buy it. But then you're suggesting to them that they do the same thing. And they all buy the product from you. Through you, rather. And we will do the drop shipping for you. So that's on our drop shipping program. Now, our affiliate program works differently. That's us helping you set up and start your own franchise. You will have 100% Batana oil named after whatever company you want to name it after, with your label on it. Okay? Your brand. And what we will do, we will distribute the Batana oil to you. We will see to it that you get your stock. We will keep you replenished. All you have to do is reorder and reorder. You are now in business for yourself and you're running your own business. This is what I want to talk to my brother Mark about. Because one thing I know about this brother, he's a salesman. When I tell you this brother can sell a snow cone to an Eskimo in Alaska, he can do it. I have faith in him. Many of you don't know, but this brother was my cellie. And for those of you who don't know what cellie is and what cellie means, that's a roommate for those that are in college. Your dorm mate or your suite mate. But he was my cellie. And, you know, Mark was an inspiration for me. I've been locked up longer than Mark. And I had more time than Mark. But Mark had, you know, I'm not going to tell all of his business, but Mark had a stretch to do. And after he left the Fed, he had to do a stretch in state, which was going to be totally different. And this brother was he was chipper and up every day. He didn't let the time get him down. And as I said, after I stepped down from the penitentiary to the low, and you know, he had been in the low a little bit longer than me, and this brother knew how to move. He knew how to move. And as I said again, you know what? No dog is never too old to learn new tricks. And I take my hat off to the brother because you know, he taught me a lot. And he kept me in between the lines a time or two. So as I said, I would like to offer this opportunity to him because he knows how to grind. He knows how to grind, man. I'm talking about grassroots all the way up to the top. You know? And again, thank you. So that's what we want to offer. We want to offer the affiliate program for where those that have their own franchise. Okay? And for the drop shipping, all you simply have to do is do what you're doing right now. And it's just like telling a person about a pair of shoes that's on sale at Macy's, on sale at Saks. And you just post it on your page. You post it on your page and you will have everyone. Don't send them directly to me. If you send them directly to me, you're not going to get paid. If you send them directly to us, that sale goes to us. Right? The way you get paid is by having them come through you. It's simple. And don't be greedy, and don't be thirsty and steal the people's money. That's important. You sell the product, you collect for the price of the product plus shipping. You take $3 from the order Okay? You take $3 from the order. So, if a person orders 3 jars from you, that's $9 for that order. You've earned $9 for that one order. And that's real simple. You are an influencer. And this is what an influencer is. So all you're doing is posting. And now someone is going to send you $60, roughly. Well, 60, 30, $90. Somebody's going to send you $90 for an order. That's that particular order. All right, $90, and then we have another for 60. Yeah, so they're sending you either $60 or $90. You're earning $9 from that one order. You're going to deduct your $9 and you're going to send the rest on to us. You're going to send their address plus their order requested. And we're going to do the rest. And I'm talking about you deduct your, look, you get on, when they send the money to your Zelle, your PayPal, or whatever method of payment that you have. You should have that. If you don't, set it up. And now, let's say 20 people order from you. You're at work. You work every day. But when you get home, or either when you take your break, all you do now is collect the funds, get on your phone or your computer, your laptop, and you text that information to me. And when you text that information to me, I will fill that order and I will ship that order to the intended customer. Just that simple, right? That makes you the consummate middleman. Makes you the consummate middleman. I'm your plug. Okay? So now if you want to start your affiliate business, oh, it really gets great. It really gets like the drug business. Because now you're going to set up in your city, you're going to have your trap house or whatever you want to call it. Right? And I'm going to sell you the merchandise at a wholesale price. I'm going to sell you the product at a wholesale price. And you are, once you receive it, you place it in your jars with your name to your customers. Now, let me show you the difference. If you are the affiliate member, when you sell those 3 products for $90, you're going to deduct $9. Right? That's on the drop shipping. But when you are the affiliate, the majority of all the funds go to you. Just that simple. All those funds, or whatever you sell your product for the price of the product plus shipping, all the money goes to you. So you have your own line now. You have your own company. Okay? We're not standing in your way. You're making your own money. And then you don't have to worry about... See, I know what happens in a situation like this. A lot of people get afraid, and then they start looking for ways to kind of, go around you, or trying to leapfrog you. They want to find out who your plug is and who it is. There's enough room in this business, man, for us to continue to making the money, man. And you don't have to deal with the headaches. When when I was in the drug business, don't get me wrong, I had some wonderful prices. And I had access to all the work that can come from Colombia. Right? But there were so many other things that I had to deal with. There were so many other things involved in logistics. And you know what? That offset that discount that I was getting. There were times that I didn't even want that responsibility. I had to be responsible for all of their monies being shipped back over to them, the whole bit. There were times that I wanted to spend time with my family, and I had to do their bidding. So, I sacrificed my family when I was free. And then I sacrificed my family by going to prison and serving those 25 years, right? I sent my family through sheer hell. But had I been someone where I just had my own operation, but you can never have your own operation because you always have to rely on the source. But when you're not the one that's dealing directly with them, all you have to deal with is whoever your local plug is that looks like you. When it's on, he has it. You buy it from him, or he fronts you, or he gives you credit, and the rest is history. Right? You don't have to deal with all the other headaches. You just deal with him. Then if he's out, you find you another plug and you deal with them until you can't find another. So sometimes you got to be careful what you ask for. You don't necessarily want a direct plug with somebody over there. Then there's so much bullshit that you have to deal with. That's the unseen. But with this product, as I said, it's strictly legit. Strictly legit. On this side. On that side, it's strictly legit too. But there's so much money involved in this because anything that is shipped out of any country, and there's a market outside that country, there's a large upside. There's a large gain. And after a while, just like you have people right now, they're selling bootleg Batana oil, right? They're cutting it with castor oil. They're cutting it with other natural essential oils that's clear, doesn't have a smell. So they're doing the same thing with it that you do with the drugs. You're putting a cut on your heroin to increase your value, to increase your profits. You're putting a cut on your cocaine so you can increase the profit. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, but needless to say, we have it. I have access to it. I have access to it just like I had access to the cocaine, man. It's off limits. I mean off limits. It's unlimited. It's not off limits. It's unlimited. And we're trying to get as many of you as we can to come on board and join us and be a part of our Batana oil family, right? You can make your purchase. My site went out. My camera's on hiatus here. We're waiting for it to come back on. It's a beautiful day, y'all. It's taking a while to come back on this particular camera here. But anyway, man, you can go to my niece's website, which is www.gloodsud. All right? Did I spell that right? No. It's www.gloodsud.com. She pronounces it gloodsud, but it's two W's. All right? www.gloodsud.com. Or you can inbox me, and I can send you either directly to the site. But if you're here in Houston, Texas, you can order from me, and you don't have to pay a shipping charge. Okay? If you're here in Houston, and we have it available here, you won't have to pay a shipping charge. But if you order it through gloodsud, you have to pay a shipping charge because it would be mailed to you from there, from Baton Rouge. All right? So we're getting this thing, man, and we're tightening it up, and we're bringing on a lot of people, man, that's starting to see the benefits of this business and how they can help create additional income for their families and for themselves. All right. They're cutting the grass and everything over here, so it's getting ready to get noisy, ladies and gentlemen. But again, sign on and become a drop shipping member of our Batana Oil Company. And if you're interested in becoming an affiliate member, starting your own brand, and we will supply all of your product, inbox me and ask me how, and then we can set this up. All right. So as I said, sometimes it's not so much about thinking about a product or a business on your own. Sometimes you can be just as effective by joining someone else's company, and you have that opportunity to have unlimited earnings. Don't always pocket watch and worry about what the other person's making. If they're making $1 more than you or $2 more than you, because keep in mind that whatever they're earning above what you're earning, they're doing something more so than what you're doing, and they could not make that possible. They could not make that possible if they weren't earning what they're earning. You know. And again, it's like in the drug business again, man. You know, you're what we call serving someone, and you have a certain price in what you're giving it to them for. They gotta know that you gotta make something off of it. But the first thing they're saying is this: man, if you're giving them to me for 13, then he gotta be getting them. You know, why are you concerned about what the other person's getting it for? Because if you're making a profit, right? No harm, no foul. What if the person you're selling it to wants to leapfrog you and come directly to me? You gotta understand, we have to keep matriculating in a full circle so everybody can be serviced, so everybody can earn. That's what we're here for. It's not about you making all the money. Man, there were times, man, when in my city, the merchandise was going for like about $15,000 or $16,000 per unit, and I was getting, and that's when I first started, and I was getting credit for a guy would let me take him out of town. When he let me take him out of town, I had to pay him 17, right? I had to pay him 17 or 18, and I think he was getting 15, so I had to pay him 17 or 18, right? But see, I didn't bitch about that. The reason why I didn't bitch about it, because I was taking it somewhere where they were charging $25,000, right? Now, did I charge that guy $25,000? No, I charged him $23,000. So think about, see, you screw the market up when you try to go too low. You screw it up. It's not so much of the going high that screws it up, it's going too low. So when I sold it to him for $23,000, the market was $25,000 to those that had the money. Now, if he's buying them for $25,000, then they're selling them somewhere for $28,000 to $30,000. So everybody at their level has it. You can't be a person that's going straight to the streets and you want to pay, and they do it, and you want to pay $15,000. There's a pecking order. I'm just saying, but when everybody want to jump out of their lanes the whole bit, that's when things get confused. And now you got a guy that's on the corner, but yet he's getting it to work. He's getting it for $15,000 when in his city it's going for $25,000. So they're like, man, he's making a damn killing. Well, he's making a killing anyway because he's selling it grain for grain. And sometimes I think that we mess the market up, and that's when a lot of things start happening, man. People start ripping people off, people start killing people, people start setting people up, all sorts of shit. If we just keep it respectful and keep it within those demographics, everybody will be fine. So With us, we just want to keep the Batana oil moving straight ahead. We don't look. We want to be on time. And like I said, my strength for this business was logistics. See, I wasn't. My merchandise wasn't no better than anybody else's. Everybody else, unless they put a cut on it, everybody got it. It was the same percentage of purity. The prices fluctuate depending on your demographics and where you live. My strength to that business was seeing to it that the product got to where it needed to go. And I got it in many, many places. I got it in more places than many others were. So now we're doing the same thing again. Because now these people are complaining about it's taking them a month to a month and a half to receive their merchandise. We can get it to you within 2 to 3 days starting this week. Yeah, starting this week. But last week, we only shipped out on Wednesdays. And if we only shipped out on Wednesdays, it'll take you a week to get your merchandise. Just 1 week. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the grass cutters are here. And it's getting ready to get loud. So, thank you guys for coming on board. Peace. Enjoy this beautiful day. Somebody's got to work.